Hey guys, this is Chris, and today we're going to be doing a big video. This is going to be a comparison between the Line 6 HD500 and the brand new POD HD500X. Now there are some cosmetic differences that we notice right away. Now that is, these foot switches are brand new and they are amazing on the new one. I love them. They feel so much better, they feel very professional, and on top of that there's this awesome red ring around each one. Now with the old foot switches, they worked okay, but when you press them, it kind of just felt like a toy almost. And on top of that, there's so much metal around each foot switch that you're getting a lot of reflections from lights and other things that kind of took away from the light of each foot switch. Now that's kind of, trivial, I guess, but to me that's a big difference. And over here though, there's a lot less metal with each foot switch, so you're not getting all those reflections, and then you get a lot more light around each foot switch. In addition to that, whenever you switch over to the looper controls, there's a script on the actual pedal for around each foot switch, and they tell you what they do whenever you go into looper mode. So you have things like record, overdub, and things like that. With the old pedal, it has this dark gold or dark brown font for the looper controls. And I like how in the new one they got rid of that completely. It's all white, so it looks a lot more uniform. They also changed the ABCD preset font from the old one. The other thing is just my noticing, I think the screen looks a little bit brighter, a little bit bluer than the old one, but that could just be from having the POD HD500 for around 2 years. The other thing, it's not that big a deal, but since we're making a comparison, the power bricks I think look and feel the same except for the light. The light is like a yellowish green and it's like a small circle on the 500, and then the 500X, it's like a brighter, more true green, and it's like an oval or something. We're getting deep in comparison. Anyways, that's not important though. I think the foot switches is a huge update, but there's more. Underneath the hood, the computer power has been upped a whole bunch. Now, if you've watched my unboxing video for the 500X, I said in the video that it had double the computing power. Well, I've been informed that's not really true. The 500X has about 20% more power than the 500. So you're probably thinking, well, 20% doesn't sound like that much. Well, it really depends on how you think the pod performs in the first place. Think of it this way. If you think of 20% of $1, that's not that much money. But 20% of $1 million, well, that's a lot more money. So if you like the HD500 and you think it's a great pedal, then 20% more, that's a lot. You can use a lot of that. But if you hate the HD500, then who cares if you get 20% more of things you hate? So it really depends on the way you look at it. Me, with the foot switches and the more computing power, I wanted to take it right away because I really like the 500. So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be seeing how that really affects you as the guitarist, how that 20% really affects how you can create things. To be honest, whenever I first got the HD500, I was really disappointed whenever I started trying to make cool sounding effects and patches, but I would run into that DSP limit really quickly. Now, with the HD500X, I've been playing around with it all night last night and all morning, and I've come up with a couple of cool presets. And what we're going to do is I'm going to play each preset for you, then we're going to jump into the other cameras, and I'm going to show you exactly all the effects that I have on the brand new patches in the 500X. And then my HD500 set up here so that we can try to make the exact same patch over here. And you'll see really quickly that you can't really come close to a lot of the sounds you can make. So let's dive in. Alright, so let's look a little closer at Fuzz. And this is on the HD500X. We have the noise gate, sub-octave fuzz, a dual amp. We got the PhD motorway on the bottom, Class A15 on top, volume, bass octaver, ping pong delay, and the particle verb. Now, like I said, this is on the HD500. Actually, this is 500X, and even with the 500X, if we try to push it a little bit more, oh, we're going to come into that same DSP problem. But as I'm going to show you now on the HD500, we're coming into that problem a lot later. On sub fuzz on the HD500, we have a particle verb, ping pong delay, a volume pan, a volume pedal, and then same PhD motorway on the bottom, Class A15, and a noise gate. We do not have any of the sub fuzz distortion, and we don't have the bass octaver. If I try to add that, oh, I can't even add distortion actually. So even just a simple distortion, oh, it's not going to be added. Pitch, bass octaver, nope, DSP over. So already you can see where there's a lot more DSP to work with there. So now let's jump into this one I named Spurgeon. If you know who he is, you can give me a comment. Anyways, on this one we have a noise gate. I like noise gate. I usually put them in. So we have noise gate. Then I have a plexi lead at the top and a Brit 75 on the bottom. Then just to push the HD500X, I put an octa reverb on one amp and a particle verb on another amp. Then I put in a panner and volume pedal, ping pong delay. Now whenever you're doing stereo effects, the ping pong delay just sounds amazing. So that's why I usually use it when I do stereo. But let's see how close we can come over here on the 500. The 500 we have a ping pong delay, a volume pedal. We're getting closer. We got the panner, we got the octaverb, and we got the same 2 amps, and we got the noise gate. If we try to put in that particle verb, let's see what happens. Oh, we can't even put the distortion, and we can't put a bass octaver in there, no. Okay, so you can't really add too much here, especially when you go to that reverb. Oh, can't put in a lot of different reverbs here, not just the particle verb. Okay, so already right there we can see it's handling a lot better on the other one. Okay, let's jump into this last one. I call it New Heavens. On the 500X, we have a noise gate, a tube compressor. Then I don't have dual amps here, I just have one, and I have the Soldano 100 clean. I have a pitch glide, which pitches it up a 5 or level 5. I don't know if that's a 5th or what. And then I have a reverse delay on the bottom, a pitch glide that goes up 12, and a volume pedal, a ping pong delay, and 63 spring reverb, which is a heavy DSP reverb. Now, I've used up all my effects blocks, so I can't really do much else. Also, with this one, I have, since I'm using a Variax, I actually have it, the Variax tuned down a full step. So you're getting that and the multiple pitch glides. Over here on the 500, we get very close. We get very close to that. We have everything's the same, except whenever I try to add another pitch, a pitch glide here. As you can see, pitch glide or bass octaver, pitch glide, DSP limit reached. So the HD500 got pretty close on this one, but the 500X definitely was making it very, very much cooler with that extra effect. So this is how they compare, guys, and hopefully these presets kind of helped you see the difference of that 20% power increase for the HD500X. So thanks for watching. Hey, you guys are still here. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for watching this video. Here's some more videos if you'd like to check those out. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button up top so you can keep up to date with all my new videos. Thanks, guys. See ya.